Okay, Eric, you ready? Okay, we'll go ahead and start. We'll call the regular city council meeting Monday, 24th of June, 2019 to order. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Alderman Ferrari. Here. Waldorf. Here. Precocious. Here. Radke. Here. Sapienza. Payton. Ballard. Here. Buffo. Here. Mayor Harrell.
Here. All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, public comment. You have a card?
Yes, Your Honor. Just one. Gina Martin.
Over there, Ms. Martin.
Good afternoon, everybody. I have a dog that I take at least to a 10 to 20 block walk at night. And these are some of the things that I have observed, and I'm quite concerned. On Water Street, down by the railroad track, there's a group of cars, trucks that conjugate there. When they leave, it looks worse than the old Peru dump. There are no garbage cans there. Is there any reason why we can't get a couple garbage cans?
Where's the garbage people at?
It's, well, it would be like right across from the rescue station and the old red door.
Yeah, there's a group of guys that hang out down there.
It's full.
Yeah, they hang out. They have their big trucks with the mud tires, and they just hang out down there.
I believe there used to be garbage cans down there, and since then they've been thrown in the river. And this is a few years ago, you probably put them there, they got thrown in the river, put them back, they got thrown in the river. That's why they're not there.
Can we anchor them? I don't know. Okay, thank you. I also have noticed that in a lot of our yards, there are piles of sticks and garbage. Is there an ordinance with this? I don't know. Is there an ordinance where you have piles of sticks and garbage in your yard?
The city does provide a chipper service, so residents are encouraged to call and schedule if they're trimming their bushes. There's a fee associated, but if their residents are just picking up storm damage, branches, there's no charge for the city picking up branches that fall because of weather. So there's a way to get rid of them.
Could we put something in the paper about that?
I can do an update on the website and our Facebook page reminding residents that that service is available.
Well, the actual ordinance is already on the website.
You're correct, Your Honor.
Right.
Okay. Another thing I have noticed now, if you go to the corner of Pike and 10th, you'll find that the sewer grate is always cleaned. That is my job. And the reason is of a past history of a neighbor that we had water. We don't have it now, but we had water there and it would freeze or we'd have a big pile. Well, in the wintertime, we had a neighbor that parked right directly behind it. And we'd hit that ice and we slid into it twice. He had his car painted twice because he parked it right behind our car. My question is, has the city considered using a sweeper and sweeping the curb to get all those darn maple leaves?
Done it several times this spring.
Not down on our street, you haven't. Okay, and my last thing is, we're going down on Main Street, and we're on the west. It would be Pike Street coming up from Water Street by Myrtle's there, and you come up 2 blocks and you have Main Street. If you jog to the left, you get Calhoun. If you jog to the right, you get Pike Street. But there's only one problem there, and there are 3 stop signs. The one stop sign is back from the corner, which is, it's legal. But there are trees there that need to be gone. When you've got little kids on bikes and trikes and stuff, and you pull out and somebody else is coming, or they're on their bike, then you can't see them. Somebody's going to get hurt. And that scares the heck out of me.
Okay,
Is
Jeff.
there any reason why we can't get those cut back?
Jeff, do you have those locations? Okay. Anything else, Ms. Martin?
No, I'm fine. I'm proud of being a citizen of Peru for 45 years. I'll stay here.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm going to switch up on the agenda, and I'm going to bring the report city attorney ordinances and resolutions. We'll start on that. So, the first couple ordinances here, approve mall specific. Mary, do you want to come up here? You want to just go ahead and sit up here? You'll have to share a mic with Scott.
My booming voice doesn't go anywhere without it.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the Peru Mall Tax Increment Redevelopment Plan and Project.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there discussion?
Well, I think the city council appreciates the fact that the mall's willing to put that plan together, appreciates the investment that the mall's apparently contemplating. I think that all the taxing bodies in the area have benefited from the mall for the last 50 years, and I think it's probably time that the mall gets some reinvestment so that we can benefit from it for the next 50 years as well, hopefully. So make sure that the mall ownership recognizes that we appreciate their commitment.
Okay, if there's nothing else, we'll have a roll call roll.
Alderman Ferrari. Aye. Waldorf. Aye. Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Sapienza. Ballard.
Aye.
Buffalo.
Motion approved. We have a motion to approve the ordinance designating the Peru Mall TIF redevelopment project areas in connection with the approval of the Peru Mall planned and project.
So moved.
Second.
Second came from Alderman Buffalo. Any discussion? Okay, call the roll, please.
Alderman Ferrari. Aye. Waldorf. Aye. Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Sapienza. Ballard.
Aye.
Buffalo.
Motion approved. Now we have a motion to approve the ordinance adopting tax increment financing for the city of Peru, LaSalle County, in connection with the designation of the Peru Mall redevelopment project area and adoption of the Peru Mall redevelopment plan and project.
So moved, Your Honor. Second.
Any discussion? Okay, call the roll.
Alderman Ferrari. Aye. Waldorf. Aye. Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Aye.
Ballard.
Aye.
Buffalo.
Okay, motion approved.
Thank you very much on behalf of GK Development, and I hope you'll be seeing a lot of us in the months to come, so.
Yeah, hopefully soon we'll be able to start talking about what's going to happen. Okay,
Making progress.
yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Yeah, all right. Okay, Attorney Swigert, are you ready, or you want us to go with the regular agenda? Because I can go back to the, you okay?
Looks like next we have an ordinance authorizing the execution of a land lease agreement by and between the City of Peru, LaSalle County, Illinois, and Midwest Air Charter, Inc.
A motion to receive the ordinance as written and read?
So moved.
Second.
Second? Did Alderman Lukosius do the motion, you did the second? Discussion?
This is just another indication of the expansion at the airport. This will be for a new hangar constructed, and it will certainly be welcome.
And I'll add a little bit more to it. The location is near the existing T hangars, and if everybody's familiar with the Brad Decker hangar that was recently constructed a little bit over a year ago. It's going to be similar in size, a little bit smaller. This hangar's proposed to be 70 by 70, and the lease agreement provides for a 40-year term expiring December 31st of 2059. And it's our normal lease agreement that we've done with the hangars in the past. The city does provide the utility service to the hangar, except for gas. So we do provide water, sewer, and electric to that hangar.
And I'd like to say thank you to the Department of Transportation Aviation for working with us on this plan, because they're the ones who say yes or no, and it helps to have this expansion up there. So is there any further discussion? Have a roll call roll.
Alderman Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf. Aye. Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Sapienza. Ballard.
Aye.
Buffalo.
Motion approved.
Next, we have a resolution authorizing the license agreement for Let's Eat Restaurant Group, LLC, in Illinois, Limited Liability Company, for 612 4th Street in Peru. That's Sushi or Burger. They're going to encroach on the city's right-of-way for removable flower boxes and partitions along the city's right-of-way on Pulaski Street.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it. Any discussion?
Just a question, isn't it actually Fifth Street?
Actually, it's on the Pulaski Street side, south of Fifth.
Is he current on all of his, there were some code enforcement issues in the past with the owner? Has that all been resolved? Do you know?
In regards to this specific property?
No, in regards to multiple properties that this owner owns
I
within the
can't
city.
answer for all properties, but I know for this property, we have been going through the inspection process as they move towards an occupancy permit. So there are still some open items prior to occupancy for this particular site, but I can't speak to the other sites. I don't have that tabulation of open cases right now.
Anybody else? Okay, call roll.
Alderman Ferrari. Aye. Waldorf. Aye. Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Sapienza. Ballard.
Aye.
Buffalo.
Motion approved.
Next, we have a resolution approving and authorizing the execution of settlement agreement, general release, and covenant not to sue for Hodges versus City of Peru et al.
So moved.
Who did that?
Alderman Buffalo.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Call roll.
Alderman Ferrari. Aye. Waldorf. I don't know anything about this. Chief, you want to update the council?
What this is probably 2 or 3 years ago, one of our officers was backing up an Illinois state trooper who made a traffic stop on a wanted individual for drug delivery. The county and the city were assisting that trooper or troopers. During the course of the arrest, the individual went to jail and subsequently pled guilty and subsequently is in the Illinois Department of Correction. And he filed a lawsuit against the state police, and he also named Peru and the county, alleged that a trooper used excessive force. For what it's worth, I watched the video, and in my humble opinion, there wasn't even close to force, let alone excessive. However, the insurance company for the city is settling this case as a nuisance settlement for $7,500. There's no cost to the city. It would cost the insurance carrier more to defend the lawsuit and win. So we really don't have any veto power unless we said we wanted to start paying lawyers, and we don't even have a deductible on this matter. So the lawsuit continues against the state police on the merits, but we've been released and the county's been released. For some reason they pay $10,000 their insurance, but $7,500 for ours. But again, it was investigated internally and there was no wrongdoing on our part, and the settlement agreement makes that very clear.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, call roll.
Alderman Ferrari. Aye. Waldorf. Aye. Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Aye.
Ballard.
Aye.
Buffalo.
Motion approved.
Next, we have an ordinance approving and authorizing the execution of a sale of property and redevelopment agreement by and between the City of Peru, LaSalle County, Illinois, and Sidled Investments LLC.
Do we have a motion?
So moved.
I'll second it.
Is there any discussion? Okay, we'll have roll call roll.
Alderman Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf. Aye. Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Aye.
Ballard.
Aye.
Buffalo.
Motion approved.
Next, we have an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances, Section 110-93, concerning stop signs. There's going to be a stop sign placed on Plum Street at the intersection of 21st Street, both northbound and southbound traffic.
Okay, first of all, do we have a motion to approve the ordinance as written and read?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, do we have any discussion?
Yeah, I can give a quick report on that. Alderman Payton several months ago had received concerns about the need for a potential stop sign there. So we've been looking at it, studying it during the school year for several months, and now the school's out up there for a while. We didn't want to, if we considered put one in during the school year, obviously, since it's adjacent to the north entrance of Northview School. So it'd be basically, if you go up there during the day when kids are arriving at school or leaving, it's almost like a four-way stop sign now, because cars that are traveling north on Plum can't turn left into the school because there's a lot of southbound traffic for that 15, 20-minute period. Also concerns about some speed violations and whatnot. So we looked at it. I consulted with Eric to get his view, because we didn't want to create a problem that we don't have, somehow stopping cars and then backing them up. It's quite a distance to Shooting Park Road, but it's still a concern. We don't think it's going to be an issue. Talked with Mark Cross, the superintendent of public school, who supports this 100%. Obviously, they like stop signs around school. No one really likes stop signs, but I think for the safety of the kids, this is a good one to have. And so I recommend we put it in, then it's in time for the school year, people are used to it more. And then, obviously, if for some reason it did create a backup, then we'd always come back and say, we want to repeal it and take it out. But we don't expect that to be the case. So it's the police department's recommendation, and with the support of the schools, to place stop signs in.
Anybody else?
Having picked up my children from Northview for several years, I think a stop sign right at that intersection would be beneficial.
Anyone else? Okay, call the roll, please.
Alderman Ferrari. Aye. Waldorf. Aye. Prokosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Aye.
Ballard.
Aye.
Buffalo.
Aye.
Motion approved.
Next, we have minutes of a public hearing on petition of Sherman Real Estate LLC, 3333 Frontage Series, and Illinois Limited Liability Company concerning property located at 3333 Frontage Drive in Peru. Petitioner is requesting variances from the zoning ordinance to mount a secondary permanent interchangeable sign above the front doors of the building. And the Planning and Zoning Commission voted to recommend the variances be granted. Voting 6 aye, 1 nay, 0 members.
Okay, do we have a motion to receive the minutes and place on file?
So moved, Your Honor.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried.
Going along with that, I have an ordinance granting variances under the zoning ordinance of the City of Peru, Illinois, sought by the petition of Sherman Real Estate LLC, 3333 Frontage Series, and Illinois Limited Liability Company concerning property located at 3333 Frontage Drive in Peru.
Do I have a motion to approve the ordinance as written and read?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Have a roll call the roll, please.
Alderman Ferrari. Aye. Waldorf. Aye. Prokosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Sapienza. Ballard.
Aye.
Buffalo.
Aye.
Motion approved.
Next, we have the minutes of a public hearing on petition Northern Properties, Inc., an Illinois corporation doing business as Shimmers, concerning property located on the south side of 21st Street east of Marquette Road in Peru, Illinois.
Do I have a motion to receive the minutes and place on file?
So moved, Your Honor.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried.
Next, I have an ordinance granting variances under the zoning ordinance of the City of Peru, Illinois, sought by petition Northern Properties, Inc., an Illinois corporation doing business as Shimmers, concerning property located on the south side, 21st Street east of Marquette Road in Peru.
You have a motion to approve the ordinance as written and read?
So moved.
Second.
Who made the ordinance? Alderman Sapienza?
Alderman Ferrari.
Alderman
Seconded
Ferrari.
by Alderman Ballard.
Okay, any discussion? Have a roll call the roll.
Alderman Ferrari. Aye. Waldorf. Aye. Prokosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Aye.
Ballard.
Aye.
Buffalo.
Motion approved.
Next, we have minutes of public hearing on petition of Carlos A. Larios and Maria C. Larios concerning property located at 2212 First Street in Peru.
Can I have a motion to receive the minutes, place on file?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried.
Along with that, I have an ordinance granting a variance under the zoning ordinance of the City of Peru, Illinois, sought by the petition of Carlos A. Larios and Maria C. Larios concerning property located at 2212 First Street in Peru.
I have a motion to approve the ordinance as written and read.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Have a roll call, clerk call roll.
Alderman Ferrari. Aye. Waldo. Aye. Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke. Sapienza. Ballard.
Aye.
Buffalo.
Motion approved.
That's everything for me.
Okay, we'll go back to page 1. Do we have a motion to receive the minutes placed on file?
So moved.
I'll second that, Your Honor.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Do I have a motion to receive the financial reports placed on file?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Do I have a motion to receive the activity reports in place on file?
Second.
Where'd the second come from? Alderman Waldorf? Okay, is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. All right, committee reports, Finance Safety Services, Chairman Radke.
Your Honor, as disbursements to be paid, June 26, 2019, in the amount of $2,413,391.89. Motion to have that received, put on file.
Do I have a second here?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to receive the disbursements, place on file, and pay the bills in the usual manner. Is there any discussion? Have a roll call, call the roll.
Alderman Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldo. Aye. Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Aye.
Ballard.
Aye.
Buffalo.
Motion approved.
Next, Your Honor, I move that we renew our boiler and machinery insurance with Liberty Mutual through Diamond Brothers Insurance in the amount of $66,683.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Discussion?
I think the clerk passed everybody some information prior to the meeting.
Yes,
2.5% increase this year.
that's correct. We are with Liberty Mutual currently. We had been with Cincinnati for many years, just a kind of a rate history for reference, and for 2015-16, the city was paying $82,221. We switched over and got a reduction to $60,228, and we've taken slight increases every year, so we're still under what we were paying with this year's renewal at $66,683. This is coverage for machinery breakdown, essentially. So we have our liability coverage for something like a transformer that would be struck by lightning, and then we have our boiler and machinery coverage for if we had a transformer that had a mechanical failure. This would cover that sort of claim. And we have used it in the past.
Anybody else? Any more questions? Okay, we'll have a roll call. Call the roll.
Alderman Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf. Aye. Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Aye.
Ballard.
Aye.
Buffalo.
Motion approved.
Finance has no other report tonight, Your Honor.
Alderman, I have one item on safety services, if I could. Last week, everybody probably saw in the local media and on social media, and then again tomorrow, I believe the News Tribune's covering this story. They interviewed the deputy chief today on another incident. Last week, we had a very elderly couple that was victimized by what we call a ruse burglary. It's a distraction burglary. It's a con artists that come into communities. Basically, they come along the interstate corridors, they come in, they do these burglaries, and then they leave. We're concerned because we've had a second incident now, we believe, within the last week, where folks, what they do is they target the elderly, they drive through the neighborhoods, or they'll follow people home from grocery stores and that sort of thing. They know they're vulnerable. And what is very, very common, they pose as utility workers. In both of these particular cases, they posed as City of Peru public works employees, said they were working in the city and wanted to get in the house, one for an electrical issue to do a test, and I think the one was on water last week. But they're clearly are not city employees. Every city vehicle is marked with a city decal. The employees now have uniforms, they have ID cards. They wouldn't park the vehicles down the street. They're not unmarked type vehicles. This incident happened last week, and then again today we had a very similar incident. Nothing was taken that we know of in that incident today. but it was in the same general area north of Shooting Park Road in the St. John's area. Last year, we had several up in the Marquette Road area, so it's common. What's not common is they came back so quick. So I know News Tribune interviewed Bob today to put out more information, but what we're asking people to do, because the elderly are the ones that are the most commonly targeted, and I thought about it coming down here tonight, if we all tomorrow, not tonight because we don't want to scare people, but tomorrow look around your neighborhood and start knocking on your next door neighbor's door if they're elderly or if they're out in the yard and just informing them about, hey, not scare them, but alert them as to when in doubt, call the police, call 911, call you, do something. Because these people that are doing it are very good and they're very convincing. So it doesn't hurt to go to your neighbors or relatives and say, hey, there's con people out there, you know, be careful. And the city will never do what they're doing, try enter in your house and that sort of thing. What happens is they go in the house, they distract them, somebody else comes in a side door, rummages through the jewelry box or the money box, and by the time they come back from the backyard or whatever the case is, they're gone. So if you could just, we could all do that, I think it'd make people safer without alarming people, okay?
Thank you.
No, I think we have no more reports, Your Honor.
Okay, Public Services, Chairman Waldorf.
Yes, Your Honor. Alderman Procius, please.
Yes, tonight I'd like to make a motion to execute an agreement with Illinois Department of Transportation for railway improvements associated with the Pisces 1 project. Eric, you want to bring us up to speed on that?
Yeah, this is our Unit-Type Drive Extension project, which we refer to as Pisces 1. It's the public-private partnership between the city and the railway to improve the old short line rail, which was formerly the Peru rail, and extend Unit-Type Drive to Plank Road. We have already executed the roadway portion of the agreement. This is the rail portion of the agreement. And we are currently scheduled for a September letting through the Department of Transportation for this project.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussions? Alderman Lukosius, Alderman Waldorf. Okay, we have a roll call. Call the roll.
Alderman Ferrari. Aye. Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Sapienza. Ballard.
Aye.
Buffalo.
Aye.
Motion approved.
Your Honor, I'd like to make a motion to authorize purchase of a new 4-ton Falcon recycler and hot box trailer from Midwest Paving Equipment Incorporated in the amount of $29,728. Jeff, you want to fill us in on that?
Yeah, basically what this is doing is replacing both of our blacktop hoppers now. One is totally out of service. It rusted the complete bottom out of it, so it's not, you can't even fix it. The other one's going on its way. We're going to trade both those in on this one. This is double tonnage, just a 4-ton unit, has hydraulics with gates, a lot more safety lights on it. In the back, we have arrow stick safety lights. We've upgraded it quite a bit, so this is going to be replacing both of our blacktop machines that we have now.
Thank you.
I will second that.
Okay, we have a motion, a second. Any further discussion? Have a roll call. Call the roll, please.
Alderman Ferrari. Aye. Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Aye.
Ballard.
Aye.
Buffalo.
Motion approved.
Your Honor, these next two motions are to approve the final billing for 2 emergency repairs that have already been done. The first one is motion to approve the final bill for emergency repairs to a culvert collapse on May Road to John Pohar and Sons in the amount of $13,491.42. I will second that, Your Honor. Eric?
Yeah, we had a culvert, drainage culvert collapse, Double D Trucking, near Double D Trucking's entrance. So this cost is to repair that culvert, replace it, and repair a portion of the entrance as well.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Call the roll.
Alderman Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf. Aye. Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Sapienza. Ballard.
Aye.
Buffalo.
Motion approved.
The next one, Your Honor, is a motion to approve the final bill for emergency repairs to a sidewalk along Main Street to Ajinski Cement finishing in the amount of $13,474.51.
I'll second that.
Discussion? Anybody?
This one, as I said, along Main Street, we had a very long section of sidewalk. I hesitate to even call it sidewalk. It was maybe an inch or two in thickness. And through the winter, we had some significant heaving and settling on this section, and we were notified of some pretty serious trip hazards. So I went out to inspect it and determined that it was something that we needed to address immediately.
Very good, thank you.
Nobody else? Have a roll call the roll.
Alderman Ferrari. Aye. Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Sapienza. Ballard.
Aye.
Buffalo.
Motion approved.
Your Honor, I'd like to make a motion to authorize Task 2 phosphorus feasibility studies and Task 3 pilot studies of the East wastewater treatment plant. I couldn't think of that word, save my soul. Phosphorus compliance agreement with Chamlin Associates not to exceed $50,000 for Task 2 and $150,000 for Task 3.
Eric, would you bring us up to speed on that, please?
Yes, I apologize for absence to the last meeting. You guys had executed task 1 of this engineering agreement. However, we needed to execute the first 3 tasks. This is a IEPA mandate through our new NPDES permit renewal at the East Wastewater Treatment Plant. And what this does is, part of that permit requires us to look at phosphorus reduction in our discharge. So we're going to begin the studies of what that takes. These 3 tasks will take us through 2023. So it's going to be a lot of studying and planning for the next 3 to 4 years. And in that, after that time period's completed, we'll come back to the committee or the council with some recommendations on how we move forward to come into compliance with those items that the EPA is mandating through that permit.
This is for the discharge into the river?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
All the towns locally be doing all this?
Yeah, and Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, it's Class 1 users, which are 1 million gallons a day or more. So, and we have 2 of those facilities. So.
Thank you.
Okay, do we have a second for that?
Second.
Any further discussion? A roll call roll.
Alderman Ferrari. Aye. Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Sapienza. Ballard.
Aye.
Buffalo.
Motion approved.
Chief King, do you have anything else? Chief Burnaby? That is all from public